Hey friends, happy Tuesday. So today what we're going to work on is relating multiplication and division together. So sometimes you need to find an unknown number in a multiplication or division equation. Sometimes you will have the product and sometimes you will have the quotient. So you need to figure out the missing number. For example, Mia put 8 stickers in each row. She used 32 stickers on the page. How many rows of stickers are on the page? So we would go ahead and draw out this equation looking like this, and we would have 8 times something equals 32. And we can use an array to find an unknown factor. So we can draw 8 dots in one row, or you can make them go down 8. And then you could add more rows of 8 dots until you have 32 in all. Remember to circle those numbers, those important numbers in your story problem also, okay? And the key is that it's not just how many stickers, but how many rows of stickers are on the page. So that's what we're trying to figure out, okay? So count how many rows of 8 make 32. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4 rows of 8 dots. So 8 times something equals 32, and that something is 4. Our solution, there are 4 rows of stickers on that page. So an array shows that a multiplication problem also shows a division problem. This is because division is the opposite of multiplication. So look at this array that's right here. It shows that 8 times 4 equals 32. It also shows that 32 divided by 8 equals 4. So 8 times something equals 32, or 32 divided by 8 equals something. And in both equations, that something is 4. So you can solve it any way. So you can solve it where you think 8 and count up to 32 and think how many times you have to count up by 8, or you can think 32 and divide that by 8 and do the same exact way by solving it with an array. Here's another example. Kaio has 20 superhero figures. He put an equal number of figures on 4 shelves. How many figures are on each shelf? So the first thing I would do is circle those important numbers. So I have 20 total, and I have 4 figures on each shelf. So my equation would look something like this, where I have 20 total, divide that by something, and then I would have 4 different shelves. So the first thing I would do is draw those shelves, 4 large circles, 1 for each shelf, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then step 2, I would use 20 counters, 1 for each figure, and I'd place 1 counter in each circle until I get to, what's that number again? 20, good job. So I would start by putting 1, 2, 3, 4, continue counting 1 counter at a time until you run out of counters, or until I get to that number 20. So if I take a look and I ask myself, how many are in each shelf or in each circle? There would be 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because 5, 10, 15, 20. 4 groups of 5 equal 20. So there are 5 counters in each circle. So my multiplication fact, if I'm looking for that, it would be 20 divided by 5, which would be 4. I can also think about it with multiplication. 4 times 5 is 20, so 20 divided by 5 equals 4. So that question, or that blank box, would equal 5. There are 5 figures on each shelf. So we're just solving it with different equations. So we have 20, we figured out, divided by 5 equals 4. We can also look at it where we have 20 divided by 4 equals 5. And we learned where we could talk about it with multiplication, where we have 4 times 5, that equals 20, or 5 times 4, that also equals 20. All right, let's go ahead and practice using some of these strategies in our problems in Schoology.